Hey everyone, it's me Dana with another tutorial. I would like to say thank you all for joining. If you can, please push the like button and also the subscribe button. That way you'll be able to see when I'm doing more videos and also know when I'm doing giveaways and all things that I do for my channel. Again, I'm Dana and this is my channel, Creatively Created Crochet, and you are all welcome here to enjoy this awesome tutorial. Today we'll be talking about doing the awesome stitch known as the Tunisian knit stitch. Now, if you follow me, you may have noticed I've done a Tunisian simple stitch already. Now this one is going to be the knit stitch. Now this stitch is super awesome. I love it. It gives that appearance as knit does, and you can make cute headbands, ear warmers, socks, you name it, you can do it with this. And I also like this just because as many of you know, I have a knitting machine and you can get the same results. For those who do not knit like me, I don't knit yet, and I want that knit look. This is what you can do with this. So let's go ahead and get started. Grab your Tunisian hook. I'm using a 6mm today. I definitely recommend a 6mm or a 6.5mm for this. It helps to keep the work loose, and it's not even loose. The thing about Tunisian crochet, it's really good to use 6mm or 6.5mm if you're working with worsted weight yarn like me. I'm working with some worsted weight today. And I have my Tunisian hook. I'm using one with a longer cord. And that's just because I didn't want to deal with the glare from my other hook. So today we'll be working with this awesome wooden hook that I have. I bought these off of wish.com, and I will be putting a link in the description box if you would like to buy some as well. Very inexpensive, but very effective. So let's go ahead and get started. As with any crochet, we're going to start with a chain. Of course, I'm doing a slip knot, and many of you know how to do that. So we're going to just chain a chain of 20, guys. So now we have our chain of 20, guys, and with this chain we're going to begin our Tunisian knit stitch. So to get started, we're going to be working in the top loops. Now with traditional crochet, we can work in these top loops, but most of us, like me, we work in the back humps all along our chain. But instead for this, we're going to be working in the top loop. So let me share with you a little bit as I zoom in. We'll be working in the top loops. We'll be skipping that first one and we'll be entering this second one, just like so. So we'll be inserting, we'll yarn over, and then we'll pull through, and that will leave us with two loops on our hook. We will be leaving these on, and by the time we finish with this, we'll have a total of 20 loops on our hook. So let's just go ahead and insert in the next one. We're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through. We're going to just keep repeating, inserting, yarning over, and pull through. Just like so, everybody. This is the easier part. And for me, it definitely resembles knitting. Just because if you are a knitter, or if you're a beginning knitter or you've ever thought about knitting, you have to cast on your stitches onto a knitting needle, and it resembles the same pattern, and it just kind of gives me that feel. So we're just going to keep on going until we have 20 completed loops on our hook. So we're just inserting and we're yarning over and we're pulling through. Insert, yarn over, pull through. Insert, oops, I'm going, insert, yarn over, pull through. Super simple, right? Insert. If I can get it in here, sorry guys. Insert, yarn over, One thing I definitely learned with this is that you do not need to crochet too tight. And keeping your tension even as possible is really great. And that's what I learned about doing this. Using the 6.5 or the 6mm hooks are really, really great for the worsted weight yarns. And I'm just continuing along, guys, until I finish. Alrighty, guys, so I have all of my 20 stitches right here on this hook. I'm finished with that. If you do have yours there, continue with me. If you aren't there yet, just go ahead and push pause, come on back, and we'll continue to the next part. For those who are with me, let's go ahead and keep going. We're going to start off with our second row now. This is our foundation row. Your foundation row is where you're going to start your first row of loops. And so now we're going to be going into our stitches. So to create this first row, we're just going to yarn over and we're going to pull through 1. Okay. Now we're going to yarn over and draw through 2. We're just going to continue doing the same thing, yarning over and drawing through 2. Just like so. Yarn over, draw through 2. Yarn over and draw. Oops, sorry guys. Draw through 2. Yarn over, draw through 2. If I can get through the 2. Sorry about that. Yarn over, draw through 2, and just continue this same pattern by yarning over and drawing through 2. Draw through 2. And draw through 2. So we are done with that first row, guys, and this is what your work should look like. Now we're going to begin on our second row, and this is going to help us to know exactly what our knit stitch is going to look like. The second row is a little different from the simple stitch. So with the simple stitch, put this down just a tad bit. With our simple stitch, what we did was we went right through these ridges, and we went right through them like so, and we went right across very simply. But now we're going to do something just a tad bit differently. What we're going to do, we're going to be inserting our stitches right inside. We're going to be going behind this loop. Where this loop is now, we're going to actually be going behind it. If we open up our stitches, if we open up where this ridge is, behind it is another ridge, and then there's a space. We're going to be inserting our hook inside that space, pushing our hook all the way in the back of our work and through the hole. Then we'll be yarning over and pulling through, just like so. I know that was a little bit fast and it could have been confusing. So let's do it again. Let's go where our ridge is. This is our ridge. Let's find it. Let's lift it up. And let's see what's behind there. I'm seeing another ridge here and a space right next to it. So I'm going to be inserting my hook right in that space, pushing it behind and back, yarning over and drawing through. Just like so. And I'm getting to see something is building here. I'm seeing a stitch here that's wanting to build and another one here. So let's do it again. When I started doing this, I was a little confused, and now I'm getting it now. So we're just going to open that up and go right inside that space. And we're just going to continue that same pattern. We're just going to open it up. And the more you do this, the easier you'll see the space. You can even hold your finger there and go right inside. It makes it really simple. And we're going into that next one, and we're just yarning over and we're pulling through. And now I like to hold on to my ridge and kind of push it out of the way, just so I can know where I'm going. Same exact thing that I'm doing, and I'm going to be doing that all the way down. This is going to give me another, I should have another 20 rows, guys. Excuse me, I'm grabbing a little more yarn. But yes, this is how you get your 20 rows, or I'm sorry, your 20 stitches. Again, there should be 20 loops on your hook. So let's just continue to go, and we're going to be opening up that space and pushing our hook right through that hole, yarning over, if I can yarn over, and we're going to just be pulling through. Same thing, we're at a ridge again, guys. So let's just push that ridge aside so we can get into that space. And we're going to push it out, push it all the way through. And then we're going to yarn over and draw through. Again, if your work is a little loose, it's great. Don't get discouraged because we don't want it to be too tight, especially in the beginning where you're working on your stitches. Go right inside that hole, yarn over and draw through. Same thing again, we're at a ridge, so we're just going to open that ridge up. Let's go inside that space there, yarn over and draw through. And I'm just going to continue going through, guys, moving my ridge out of the way and going inside of there and drawing through, just like so. Just like so, guys. Pushing that out of the way, drawing through. And the more you do it, the easier it is to see your space. It's easier to see it. It's easier to get it out of the way and get it opened and all that good stuff. All the way to the end. And I'm going to share with you this last stitch because sometimes that last stitch can be a little doozy. It always seems to get me every time. And this is our space. This is our last ridge. And it always gets me. So I'm just going to go through that last ridge just like so. Yarn over and pull through, guys. That last one always gets me sometimes, and I end up having the wrong number if I don't count. So again, we are done with that row. That was going to help us create that first braid, that first stitch. So it's going to be really nice. We're going to continue going. And again, this row is the easier row. We just have to yarn over and pull through one. Then we're going to yarn over and draw through two. This is that row where you just keep yarning over and drawing through two until you're at the end. So many of us can do that one. And with Tunisian crochet, for many of you who do not know, this work loves to curl. So don't get discouraged and wonder, why is it curling on me? It definitely loves to do that. It loves to curl. So we're going to yarn over and draw through two. Yarn over and draw through two. Yeah, I find that putting a border or blocking your work with Tunisian, it definitely helps to stop all the curling. So we're just going to continue. I'm going to try to hold this down because it wants to curl. And I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to draw through two while holding down this curl. Yarn over and draw through two. And we're going to just continue doing that all the way down. the way down, guys. All the way down. Yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, and just continue to draw through 2 as you yarn over. Yarn over and draw through 2. Now look at what we have, guys. This is what our knit stitch is beginning to look like. And once we're done, we're going to get something like this. After we create these longer rows, we're going to get to something like this, and I'll show you what we'll be working on with this on the next video. So after you learn and you conquer this awesome knit stitch, you'll be taken to the next video, the next tutorial. So again, we're back at the find the hole row, and all we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go through this and we're going to begin another knit stitch row. So I'll be right back and we'll start that.